Hi everyone!
Hello!
How are you?
Welcome to For You!
I'm Kat.
I'm Reese.
And I think we almost interrupted each other.
It's okay.
Yeah, but anyway, so we yesterday were looking at somebody who's learning how to drive.
Yes, Randy was taking some driving classes, and towards the end of the article, I think he was kind of ready to take his driving test.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's pretty exciting and pretty very nervous.
Yeah.
Like I was very nervous when I took my driving tests. I think most people are. So the question is, did he pass it? Yeah.
Well, I think we'll find out today.
Yeah.
And there was another character too who was Michelle, and she was his driving teacher or driving instructor, and she was pretty confident that Randy would do a good job.
That's right. So he had to remember how to learn how to do several things though, like how to do an emergency stop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also how to park his car in different places.
Very important.
Yeah, and also to use his turn signals when he is turning around a corner.
Yes.
Very, very important.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things you have to remember when you're driving. Hopefully he remembered them all and could pass his test. Why don't we go ahead and see whether he did?
Let's see.
Reading. From driving school to driving fool. Randy is driving with his friend, Candace.
Congratulations on passing your driving test.
Thanks. I feel like I have more independence now.
Yeah, we can travel around Taiwan by ourselves.
I want to get a bigger music system. Then I can rock out as I drive around.
Hey, can we get a drink at this tea shop?
Sure, I'll park here.
Randy parks and they buy drinks. Then they start driving again.
Randy, there's a police car behind us. Its lights are on and I can hear the siren.
The officer must want to pass us.
No, I think he wants us to pull over. You'd better do it.
They pull over. The police officer walks over.
Excuse me, sir. Are you aware that you parked at a bus stop?
Oh no, I didn't realize. My driving teacher warned me not to do that.
I'll have to write you a ticket. I hope you learn the importance of following the rules of the road.
I certainly will.
All right, so we begin today with Randy again. Randy is driving with his friend Candace, not with Michelle this time, so he's not with his driving teacher. Maybe that means, well, Candace actually says so. Congratulations on passing your driving test. Hurrah, Randy passed. So Candace is saying congratulations. Now, congratulations is a noun, but here we're using it as an interjection. That means kind of a word that expresses an emotion like wow, or bang, or awesome, or yeah. That's an interjection. So congratulations, it's an interjection. And it's saying congratulations to someone means telling them you're happy for their success or congratulating them. That's the verb. They did something great, you're proud of them, you're happy for them, you say congratulations. But you have to say it really sincerely though, because if you say like, congratulations, then it sounds like you don't mean it.
Yeah.
Ooh, so you can also say, may I congratulate you on passing your driving test. That would be much more formal. Maybe if Randy was her boss. Or you could just say, congrats. Yeah, if you want to sound more casual, it's very common to say congrats.
Those millennials adding words into our language.
Millennials? Come on, that's an old one.
Is it? Congrats?
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess
my parents say it.
Texting that when I was a kid as well.
Oh, okay, yeah, congrats or congratulations. Now an example sentence for this, you made the soccer team? Congratulations! I knew you could do it. Cool. So you could also say congrats, I knew you could do it.
Yeah. I love this word, congratulations.
Yeah.
It just feels like it has energy and power behind it.
Yeah.
Well, the article continues with Randy, and he says, thanks. I feel like I have more independence now.
Oh, that's a big fancy word.
It is a big fancy word. We mentioned it yesterday. Let's learn more about this word, independence. Independence. That's a great feeling, when you feel independent. But the article used the word independence here with a CE on the end, which is a noun, with independent ending in a T being the adjective. So independence is when you are able to live, work and survive and do well on your own without anybody else's help. Children do not have much independence as they need their parents to help them with things like buying and cooking food and paying rent. But when we get older, we get more independence as we learn to look after ourselves. So me, for example, now that I'm 28 years old and I live 10,000 miles away from my family, I have a lot of independence, which is a good thing. We can also use this word to talk about other things, particularly countries. If a country has independence, that means that that country rules itself. It is its own place. So historically, the UK, which is where I'm from, controlled many places around the world, but eventually most of those places, like India and Australia, got independence. It means they became their own countries. So an example sentence could be, when you turn 18 and go to college, you will have a lot more independence.
All right, so yeah, Randy's feeling independent and he's feeling really good and they're driving around. So Candace says, yeah, we can travel around Taiwan by ourselves.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's a great feeling.
That's one of the reasons I mentioned yesterday about why I wanted to learn to drive, so that you can have the independence to just go wherever you want.
Yeah.
So the article continues with Randy, and Randy says, I want to get a bigger music system. Oh. Then I can rock out as I drive around.
Rock out.
Yeah, I like
it sounds a little bit old now.
It does sound a bit dated, this phrase.
I feel like my mom says it a lot.
Yeah. Would you like to rock out this evening?
Yeah, let's rock out. Okay.
It's a cool phrase though, and let's talk about it. What does it mean? Well, you might have heard of a kind of music called rock music. I love rock music.
Me too.
Especially old classic rock.
Oh yeah.
And to rock out is a verbal phrase, and it means to listen to or to play rock music and just have a really good rockin' time.
Yeah.
It's good to rock out on long road trips. Yeah, I feel like rock music is really suitable for long drives, especially across the American countryside.
Oh yeah, the American West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as the driver is paying attention to the road, we can listen to rock music. So who do you rock out to, Kat?
If I'm on a road trip, I think I will pick something pretty energetic. Like I will pick, actually, you know, pop music is not my favorite usually, but sometimes I will pick out some energetic pop songs or maybe metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like AC/DC.
Yeah.
They're great rock music musicians to drive to.
All night.
Or Highway to Hell.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of great songs by
Great
AC/DC.
driving music.
Yeah. And you know, you could put together a playlist of anything. Maybe if you're feeling a little more relaxed, you can listen to some more relaxed music. You can rock out to anything. It doesn't have to be rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the article goes on and Candace says, hey, can we get a drink at this tea shop? So they're passing by some tea shop and she looks at it and she's like, looks good. And Randy says, sure, I'll park here.
Okay.
So he's gonna park.
Yeah. He's going to try and find a place to park in the city, which can be difficult.
It's amazing that he right away saw a parking space.
Yeah, well, let's see if there are any problems with that.
I don't know.
The article continues and it says, Randy parks and they buy drinks. Then they start driving again. And then Candace says, Randy, there's a police car behind us.
So what?
I mean, nothing to worry about, right?
Right. Except the article says, its lights are on and I can hear the siren.
Okay, so now there is a problem.
Yeah,
Is the problem with Randy?
I don't know, but what does it mean if a police car's lights are on? I think police car lights are usually on here, so it doesn't always mean anything. But if there's a siren, that's different. So a siren is that loud sound that plays when people need to pay attention or be alert to something. So police cars, ambulances, air raid sirens, your phone siren when there's an earthquake, those are all different kinds of sirens. And police sirens are usually like, ee-oo, 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 like that. And they are all for making people pay attention to something urgent and maybe dangerous.
Yeah, so if you hear a siren from a police car, you should probably stop. And if you hear a siren from an ambulance, you should get out of the way so that they can go past quickly because there's an emergency.
Yeah, they're probably taking someone to the hospital.
Yeah, they are kind of scary noises, but they're important at the same time.
They're supposed to be scary.
Yeah, move!
Yeah.
Well, the article continues with Randy, and Randy says, the officer must want to pass us. And then Candace says, no, I think he wants us to pull over.
Ooh.
You'd better do it.
If you have to pull over, that's not good news for you.
It isn't.
No.
Well, what does pull over mean? Let's take a look. Okay, so pull over. Ma'am, could you please pull over? This is a stolen vehicle. Yeah, pull over. If a police officer asks you to pull over, you should do it right away. So here the verb phrase pull over means to pull your car over to the side of the road. That means to safely stop your car off to the side of the road as soon as you can. If a police officer pulls you over, it might be because you were driving too fast, or perhaps one of your signal lights was broken. There could be many reasons why a police officer wants to pull you over. Not all of them are terribly bad.
All right, so Randy's getting pulled over.
Uh-oh, this is not good. He's just passed his test.
Oh no!
What did he do?
I mean, it's easy to, break the law by accident or do something bad by accident when you're a new driver. It's not surprising.
Yeah.
But the article says they pull over and the police officer walks over. So the police officer walks up to their car and says, "Excuse me, sir, are you aware that you parked at a bus stop?" He did it again. Randy.
He did this in his driving practice class, didn't he?
Yeah, he totally did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we even said maybe he'll do it again in the future. This is not a good thing, Randy.
It's a habit now.
Yeah.
But at least, if he's getting pulled over now, then maybe he won't do it again.
I think so.
But the officer's asking if he's aware of something. Now, aware is this adjective that means you're paying attention to something if you're aware of it. It means you know about something. You know what's going on. You understand. It's on your mind. Now, asking somebody, are you aware, is like asking, do you know? You should have awareness of things around you. That's the noun, awareness. And you should also pay attention to them. And don't be unaware or don't be caught unawares, which is like being caught not paying attention. Now, an example sentence for aware, I wasn't aware that the teacher was calling my name because I was so focused on reading my book. So I was like nose deep in my book and the teacher's
snap out of
cat,
it. Yeah.
cat. Huh?
Completely unaware.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the article continues and it's Randy and he says, oh no, I didn't realize. Oh, Randy.
Poor Randy.
Yeah, we knew this would happen. But hopefully the police officer will be nice to him and maybe realize that he's a beginner.
Yeah, what does realize though?
Realize? Well, he didn't realize that he had parked at a bus stop. Well, we all make mistakes sometimes, and here the word realize is a verb, and it means to be aware of something, which is the word that Kat just talked about.
Yep.
To know something or to understand something clearly. Sometimes that understanding comes quite suddenly or quite quickly. We often use the verb realize when we finally work something out or learn something that maybe we should have known before.
Right.
So in this case, Randy didn't realize that he had made a mistake. So he didn't know that what he did was wrong. Probably because he's still learning to drive and just made a simple mistake.
Yeah.
So an example sentence with realize could be, when the lunch bell rang, James realized that he had forgotten his lunchbox at home.
Whoops.
Yeah, so he suddenly remembered. He suddenly realized.
Yeah, so he wasn't thinking about it until then, but then he was like, oh no.
Duh.
Yeah, so yeah, he probably did make a simple mistake, but that simple mistake you can still get punished for it.
Yeah.
So the article says, my driving teacher warned me not to do that. So Randy's really mad at himself right now.
And Michelle, I imagine, is mad too if she knew what was happening.
She'd be mad. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, he's feeling pretty bad. So what is warning here? What did Michelle warn him about? Let's find that out. All right, when you warn somebody about something, it means you tell them to avoid a danger or avoid something coming in the future, or not to do something bad, and this is before it happens. A warning means the matter is pretty serious. If you ignore that warning, you might get in trouble or you might have some bad results. Usually people warn you to try and help you stay out of trouble, just like Randy here, and Michelle tried to warn him not to do this thing, but he forgot. So an example sentence for warn might be, my mom warned me not to walk home alone at night, as there might be dangerous people around who want to rob me. So maybe nothing bad has happened yet, but my mom thinks that something bad could happen. So she tells me, don't walk home alone at night, or something bad might happen. That's her warning.
Okay, well, the article continues here with the officer, the police officer, and they say, I'll have to write you a ticket. No, Randy, you've gone and got a ticket on your first or second day of driving. That's terrible. But what does it mean to write a ticket? Well, if you do something bad when you're driving, then a police officer might give you a ticket. To write a ticket means they will write down on a small piece of paper the bad thing you did and what your punishment will be.
Yeah.
Usually it's a fine, which means you have to pay some money.
Yeah, I think it's very common for people to get parking tickets.
Yes.
Like I often, walk by cars that are parked illegally, parked in a place where they should not be, and on the front of the car there will be a ticket under the windshield wiper.
Did you ever get written a ticket?
Oh yes.
Oh, dear.
I think I got a ticket for going too fast in a school zone, but I was not aware of the speed limit until I saw the flashing yellow light at the end. And then I slowed down, but it was too late. So the article says, the police officer says, I hope you learn the importance of following the rules of the road. He's lecturing him. So importance here is a noun that means something has seriousness. Something is important. It has importance. It's something you should always keep in your mind. It's something you should remember. Of course, the rules of the road have importance because they keep you safe. It's really easy to be unsafe when you're driving and to get into an accident. It happens all the time. Other things that might have importance might be listening to your elders, keeping your promises, things that are serious that you need to remember. Those have importance. So for an example sentence, we might have a firefighter who is going to a school and says, I want to talk about the importance of fire safety today. This is knowledge that could one day save your life.
It's very important. It has importance.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Well, the article finishes up here and it's with Randy and he says, I certainly will. Okay,
Get a ticket.
Yeah, I mean, getting a ticket is not only bad because you have to pay the fine, but also it might go on your driving record. Yeah,
it goes on your record. I'm not sure how serious that is in Taiwan because what I've heard is that you can get as many tickets as possible and your license still won't get taken away, which I think is like, what's the point of a ticket if that's true?
I know in the UK we have a point system. So if you do something bad, you get a point on your license. And if you get so many points, I think it's like 6, then you will not be able to drive for a long time.
Yeah, I think the same is true in the US. At least it depends on the state. I know that there's some states that have a 3 strike.
Wow.
So if you get 3 tickets, your license is gone.
Got to do it all again.
Yep.
Well, if you guys start driving, please make sure you do it safely and don't do what Randy did and park in a bus stop because that's dangerous and against the law. Yeah,
think of other drivers around you. Think of keeping the people around you safe because a car can, even though we use them every day, they are dangerous. We always take it for granted that they're not dangerous, but they are. So you can put people in danger if you're not driving safely. Yeah. So keep that in mind.
Let's go over to our For You chat question and we'll finish off this article about driving.
You Chat.
Okay, so our For You Chat question of the day is, what are some do's and don'ts of driving and parking?
Good idea, or a good question.
Yeah, well, you're the driver. Why don't you start?
Okay, I'll give one do and one don't. Do pay attention to other drivers around you. So, like, if there's people on scooters, I think they're especially easy to miss. So, you should definitely pay attention and make sure that you are not about to hit somebody on a scooter because you can't see them. And a don't, let me think. Don't text and drive. Don't be on your phone when you're driving.
So dangerous.
It's so dangerous. It's worse than drinking, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, one thing that you should do is always use your signals. My goodness, I see so many people turning corners or moving from lane to lane
Without
and they
signaling.
don't signal. Like, you need to let the other drivers know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Be predictable.
Yes.
Make sure everybody can guess easily where you are going so that there's no risk of an accident happening. Don't, if you are a passenger in a car, don't distract the driver.
Yeah,
you know?
don't like play games and like, ha ha, ha ha, you know, that's dangerous.
Grab the wheel or like poke them or throw things at them because they are driving and they are responsible for you and the car and themselves.
Yeah.
And if you distract them, which means, you know, take away their attention, then things could get dangerous.
Yeah, that's true.
So you've probably learned some things about driving at school, or maybe you can ask your parents or friends that drive, what are some good and bad things to do when you're driving or parking a car?
Oh, another one, always wear your seatbelt.
Oh, yes, please.
Please wear your seatbelt. There's many people I see who do not do this. It's very dangerous. If you crash, you could go through the windshield and die.
Yeah.
So do it.
Buckle up.
Yeah, buckle up or pay up.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Well, we're going to end it here. So from For You, I am Reese.
I'm Kat.
And we'll see you next time.
Stay safe out there. Bye-bye.
From driving school to driving fool. Randy is driving with his friend, Candace.
Congratulations on passing your driving test.
Thanks. I feel like I have more independence now.
Yeah, we can travel around Taiwan by ourselves.
I want to get a bigger music system. Then I can rock out as I drive around.
Hey, can we get a drink at this tea shop?
Sure, I'll park here.
Randy parks and they buy drinks. Then they start driving again.
Randy, there's a police car behind us. Its lights are on and I can hear the siren.
The officer must want to pass us.
No, I think he wants us to pull over. You'd better do it.
They pull over. The police officer walks over.
Excuse me, sir. Are you aware that you parked at a bus stop?
Oh no, I didn't realize. My driving teacher warned me not to do that.
I'll have to write you a ticket. I hope you learn the importance of following the rules of the road.
I certainly will.
Vocabulary Review.
Congratulations! Wendy got accepted into a top school, and Patrick gave her his congratulations. Independence. Kevin enjoyed his independence when he left his parents' house and moved to a new city. Aware. When Sharon got to class, she became aware that she had forgotten her bag in the taxi. Realize. Larry got off the bus and then realized that he had forgotten to pay. Warn. Edward warned his friend not to swim at this beach because there are sharks in the water. Importance. David thought about quitting school, so his dad talked with him about the importance of education.
字 智慧小补帖。
Siren.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作，活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net